The government of the United States that has been doing this, which is mostly the Republican government of Donald Trump, failed miserably to prepare for this virus, failed miserably to test for it, failed miserably to cope. Let me repeat the statistic that summarizes all of this. We are 4% of the world's population, and we have suffered 20% of the world's COVID deaths. We are one of the richest countries on earth with one of the most developed medical systems on earth, and that is a colossal failure. What all politicians I've ever known do when confronted with their obvious responsibility for a colossal failure is to try to blame somebody else. Enter China. China is the scapegoat. China is the bad guy for whom we're going to find blame for the virus. It's nonsense, it's preposterous, but it is typical, particularly for the Trump government. Let's remember that before the virus hit, as the mass of people have to face the decline of the capitalist economic system we live in, which has been going on before Mr. Trump, but got accelerated by Mr. Trump. As Americans were struggling with the loss of income, the loss of jobs, particularly the loss of good income and jobs for their kids, they were they were susceptible, vulnerable to being provided with a scapegoat. Just as China is the scapegoat for the failure of the United States to manage this virus, Mr. Trump tried to sell to the American people that the desperately poor refugees and immigrants from Central America trying to get into the United States to escape the military violence, to escape the poverty, to escape the climate change ravaging their part of the world, that they were somehow the responsible party, that they represented an invasion that threatened the United States. We are 325 million people. The best estimates I know of for undocumented immigrants in the United States at this time is in the neighborhood of 10 to 12 million. You cannot explain the economic problems of 325 million Americans by anything having to do with 10 to 12 million undocumented immigrants, most of whom do the worst work at the lowest pay of all of our citizens. It is disgusting.
If it were me, after watching all of the evidence, my opinion is not guilty. Now,
you gotta love this guy. You gotta love this guy. I'm shocked. This is the most shocking video I've ever seen. What about that video that was going around last year of the police killing a guy? Which one? Let me weigh this out. Let me calculate in my head. You got a guy taking boxes of Sudafed or whatever from Walgreens, and we're riding out with a bike. Police killing a guy, murdering a guy on camera while people are shouting, and then it leads to worldwide protest. That really is. He's got his insane video priorities really on point. Honestly, guys, maybe we as Americans just can't handle YouTube. Maybe we can't handle this. You know, you look at guys like Tim Pool. By the way, somebody doxed him on his stream and to put his address, and I went and looked at his house. His house looks like the Duggars' house. I don't think somebody who you're a millionaire from being an idiot on YouTube and you take that money and buy a house that looks like a bunch of Mormons live in it. I can't. I mean, if he lived in a palatial, one of these Cheesecake Factory mansions, then I'd be like, all right, well, at least he's like doing what you would expect a criminal to do. But no, he lives in a Duggar's house.
It is disgusting.